Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Facebook land, YouTube channel, and Periscope. Donald Burns, restaurant coach. I am honored to have with me today a very special guest and also a great friend, Anh Mai from Houston. Anh is actually one of those kind of cutting edge restaurateurs. He's part of the force behind the Prohibition Supper Club, Conservatory, and the brand new Bravery Chef Hall. Anh, welcome today. How are you?
I'm good, Donald. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Houston, tell us about what's the situation in Houston so people can kind of understand where you guys are at.
Actually, Houston was pretty lucky, I think, so far. We kind of reacted pretty quickly. Houston's a big place, and we're kind of spread out. So I think we're kind of lucky and kind of blessed in that regard. So we haven't been hit as hard as other cities. So we've heard, you know,
Mm.
but it's still early. So,
Yeah. Are you guys on full lockdown or?
yeah, we're still on lockdown, but I think we're about to open up. I think we're one of the first states. Texas is one of the first states to open back up.
Yeah, I know Georgia's opening up like Monday. They're opening restaurants, allowing restaurants to open back up for dining.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Bravery Chef Hall, I mean, cool. Talk about cool concepts. Tell them a little bit about what Bravery Chef Hall is. You took like a food hall concept and you just like amped it up.
Yeah, basically we just we created kind of like a hybrid model.
Hmm.
The chef fine dining with the food hall business model. Basically, it's just we're curating a food hall, but only for chefs, with chef counter seating, and the whole business model the whole impetus for the whole concept was trying to level the playing field for the wage debate, between front of the house and back of the house. And we just felt like chefs and cooks deserved more equal pay.
Right, right.
And so our solution was just to remove the middleman, so that cooks could, make a better wage through their hourly pay plus tips.
Very cool.
And it's worked really well.
Oh yeah. How many concepts
Yeah.
you have inside Bravery Hall?
We have another one called Railway Heights Market that's opening up, probably, later this year, but
Right.
obviously it depends on this, but it's called Railway Heights. It's a sustainable market, and I think it's needed in Houston, and it's 40,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor space, 50
Oh,
different
wow.
vendors, restaurants, retail, farmers market, grocery store, dog park, wine bar, beer garden, just all kinds of stuff.
Very cool. How
Yeah.
many concepts are at Bravery Chef Hall? How many different chefs are there?
We have 5 kitchens, 5 chefs.
Okay.
Well, there's multiple chefs that works there, but 5 different restaurants and 3 bars.
Right. And
It's
so,
more of it's more upscale than your typical food hall.
right, because you have conservatory too, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So that's more of like a traditional kind of food hall.
yes, yes.
Right, right. So what you did at Bravery, though, so COVID-19 comes to town. You decide what's your action plan.
Well, we kind of, like everyone else was kind of like skeptical in the beginning, like, this is just whatever. And, at some point we just decided, hey, like, this is for real. And, we were one of the first restaurants to close in Houston. And we closed without the city mandate. We just, decided to close on our own. We felt like it was going to come. It's inevitable. So we decided to go ahead and close. And we overnight converted to a ghost kitchen.
Oh wow.
And what we did was we basically just offered free rent for our vendors. And then we decided to do our own delivery, and charging the same amount that Uber Eats would charge.
Hmm.
And we did our own delivery. And so therefore the vendors would actually be able to have a viable business model, because that third party delivery business model only works when a restaurant's already in business and doing a certain amount of percentage of sales and dine in. But it doesn't work if someone had to pay 30% plus their rent. It wouldn't be feasible.
That's true. So how is that working out really well?
Yeah, it's been great. We had to make it super secure. We call it safe and secure delivery.
Okay.
And so we had all these crazy, safety protocols when you walk in, like the TSA.
Oh, really?
We check, yeah, we checked your temperature. You have to sign in. We ask you a bunch of questions. We sanitize your hands, sanitize your
Wow.
bags. you know, but it may have been overboard at the time, but I think it allowed people to feel safe
That's
to come
very
to
cool.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And then you did a video too. It's on your website, right?
yeah, we did a video explaining it, and we've been focused on just from the very beginning, trying to help the medical, there you go. That's my partner Shepherd right there, and we've
Yeah.
been doing a lot of donations with the community support to deliver meals to the hospitals, the frontline workers.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then you got your little plan here too. Flatten the curve, convert the food hall into a massive ghost kitchen, and then duplicate.
yeah. So
Very cool.
duplicate, obviously, everyone else, is obviously doing the same thing too, and that's great. And I think Houston, what's great about Houston, we're a small, we're a big city, but we're actually a small community. And I think a lot of the restaurateurs in Houston really stepped up. You got Chris Shepard, raising money for furloughed, hospitality workers.
Hmm.
You got multiple restaurants, delivering to the hospitals. It's been really great to see.
Yeah. Tell me, the person I think is most interesting, and I follow her on Facebook, is Christine Ha, of
Yes.
the Blind Goat. Tell me a little
Yeah.
bit about her and her backstory. She has a really unique story. So,
Yeah, Christine, she was on Master Chef,
mhm.
like I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and she, obviously was blind and was able to win and overcome a lot of obstacles. And you hear about her, but then once you get to meet her, you find out she's a really really down to earth person,
Yeah.
super super talented. Her and her husband are very very. It kind of surprised me because it was like their first restaurant, endeavor, and I mean, they nailed it out of the park. They were nominated James Beard, before this thing happened.
Hmm. Yeah. And if people, if they haven't been to, this Bravery Chef Hall is like the coolest thing in the world. So, yeah, real exciting stuff you're doing there. And I'm excited because you're also, you are actually going to be a speaker at my new online summit that I'm
I
hosting.
am.
Yeah, remember you said you would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back out now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got me. You got
I
me.
know. And I was actually, I'm very fortunate. I could call up to a lot of friends, and I've got some amazing speakers so far. Oh, wrong screen. But I've got some amazing speakers lined up. Um,
I'm sure you do.
yeah, I've got you, of course. We got Leanne. We got Leanne. Um, your business partner. For how long have you guys been business partners now?
Very long time. I don't remember.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I got Kevin Bame, he's a James Beard Award. He won James Beard Award Best Restaurateur last year. He's out of the Boca Restaurant Group out of Chicago. Got Craig Shelton. He's another James Beard Award winning
Wow.
chef. Andrew Freeman, Bruce Irving, Bo Bryant. I got Kelly Jones Hospitality out of Vegas. I got Eva Ballerin. She's a consultant and a great friend of mine from Spain. Candace McDonald. She's also a great PR person. You got Adato. I got you. I got Leanne. I got Ramon Dios from Spain, also another great consultant. Brian
Wow.
Duncan. He's like a wine god. He ran Bin 36 out of Chicago. We got Julia. I got Doug Radke out of Canada. He wrote the book Bar Hacks. Paul Barron, who is actually the CEO and the digital kind of editor of Foodable TV. And then I also just picked up also David Cantu, who's actually the co-founder of Hot Schedules, is going to speak on it too. So,
Oh, wow. Very cool.
pretty exciting. Yeah. If people want to know, you can go over to Conquer Restaurant Summit and grab a ticket if you like. We have a free option available, of course. We know a lot of people are kind of suffering with the cash flow, but. So when do you think you're going to see things lighten up in Houston? You said you guys are going to open up pretty soon.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's going to lighten up. I do think that, there's going to be a long kind of drawn out reopening. I think people have to feel comfortable to go out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they will until there's a vaccine or a cure.
Right.
You know, and there's talk of a second wave coming, and you know, I'm not a pessimist, but I do think that you know, it is something that you know, we're in for the long haul, and it's not going to be something like, oh, all of a sudden it's better. It won't be.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking even if they open up restaurants pretty soon. I mean, I ran a poll the other day, and you know, I asked people. I said, if restaurants open May 1st, and they were given the go ahead to have their dining rooms reopen, would you go and dine in a restaurant? And I ran the poll on Facebook, and I also ran it on Twitter, and the results were pretty similar. 70% said no, 30% said yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think people are still a little hesitant, even if we
Yeah.
reopen. Yeah.
Well, you know, the problem with that is, you know, that you know, when you reopen, you know, I mean, like in the restaurant industry, the margins are so low already. So,
Right.
you know, are you saying that 30% you get back to 30% of the sales that you had? I mean, that's not good.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what. Like, what are some of the things that you're looking to do with your concepts about reopening? You opening up like
Yeah.
full menu or?
Yeah, you know, we obviously we have to make some changes. You know, I think the first thing, and every restaurateur is probably thinking the same thing is, yeah, you got to make people feel safe.
Right.
So what are you doing? What are you doing to be, you know, responsible, right? Because that's what everyone's looking for. They don't want an operator that's just irresponsible or, you know, put people in harm's way. So, you know, we have a bunch of ideas on how to make people feel safe. And then, you know, we're going to continue doing delivery because we feel like that's still a very big market.
It's gonna stay big, I think.
Yeah, it's going to stay. It's here to stay. And you know, there's going to be other changes too. Like, you know, we feel like money's, you know, cash payments is going to be less and less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So things
I
like
see a lot
that.
of people switching over to cashless. I see a lot of that
That's right.
happening. I know a
That's
couple
right.
places in LA before they closed, they were actually already making the move to go to cashless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They try to do it in Houston. You know, I have a couple of friends that try to do it, and you know, we're very conservative here, and but I think this is going to push us over the edge to go
I
cashless.
think so too.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to see as far as like regulations that the government's going to ask? You think that, you know, are servers going to have to wear masks and gloves all the time, or what do you see?
You know, I think they're, you know, the problem is I just feel like, you know, the government and everyone else is, you know, scrambling, and so there's going to be, you know, both sides of the coin. There's going to be different types of reactions from everyone, and so. There will probably be some kind of regulation, and there'll be a different regulation for something else. And, you know, and so we're just trying to remain calm and trying to have, you know, common sense measures that we can do, regardless of what the regulations are. You know what I mean? I think that all restaurateurs should just look at some common sense things that they can do.
What are some things you would recommend?
So I would recommend, you know, looking at some possible technology that will allow you to sanitize your facility a little bit more, like UV lighting. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Oh yeah, you're huge on technology, so.
Yeah. So we'll definitely going to be installing a bunch of UV lights that we can turn on, you know, at the end
Oh
of the
wow,
night.
really? That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen like I know like a friend of mine sent me a video of like restaurants back in China actually, and they have like they have a machine at the front, and you stand on a mat, and it actually you put your hands out, and it actually sanitizes you.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. I mean,
Yeah, I saw one of those, and I saw another one that kind of was video of your body temperature. You know, like
oh really?
like Predator. You know what I mean?
Okay, that'd be a little too funky. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready to be body scanned. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's the thing, right? So how much freedom are you willing to give away for your safety? You know, and that's the big question they're asking over in China right now, right? So, you know.
Well, I tell you, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting. What are some of your favorite places downtown that you go to?
Man, that's this little what do I call it? Favorite places downtown. There's this little hamburger joint in downtown called flat what do you call it? Hotline Burger.
Oh yeah.
It's it's my buddy Philip Kim, and you can look up him online. I really don't know the information, but his burgers are amazing.
Oh, cool. Do you think it's going to change your habits about going out? Are you going to be going out to restaurants once they reopen, or are you going to kind of maintain?
I'm definitely going to go out, but I'm not going to go into any restaurant that looks like they're irresponsible or in a situation where it looks out of control and too many people. I think people would do the same. They'll probably go out there and check it out, and if it's too busy, they won't go there.
And what have you guys done as far as a company about your social media? Have you guys just done the same stuff? Have you amped it up? Have you changed the market, the messaging? What have you done a little different?
Yeah, most of our messaging when this first happened was all about safety.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably one of the first incidents in modern history where pretty much everyone's affected. Usually like if there's a hurricane, the rest of the country can come and help, but in this situation, everyone was affected, so the response was very slow. Right, this responses for help was very slow, and everyone was basically scared, and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's definitely not. We never seen anything like this in our lifetime.
No, it's like a movie.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through 9/11, we've been through economic recessions, but nothing that just kind of totally crippled it. Crippled not only an industry, but crippled the world.
The whole world.
Yeah, I have a mastermind group going, and I've got people from all around the world, and I mean, everyone's, doesn't matter where you are in the world, everyone's feeling it in one way or the other. Some countries are feeling it way worse. So
that's right.
Yeah. All right, on. So, what's kind of if you could put a magic wand, what do you think? Look at your crystal ball. When do you think it's going to be back to somewhat normal? 6 months, a year?
I think a year to a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
So definitely keep the to-go going, delivery going, right?
That's right. You basically have to kind of pivot, right? So whatever business you're in, you should try to pivot. And there's two types of people in the world: the ones that are like hoping that things will go back to normal, and then the other ones who are looking for actual opportunities. And there is opportunities out there. We just got to look for it, and we got to have the right mindset to go after.
What's some opportunities you're looking for?
Well, I mean, there's definitely opportunities. I don't want to say because I don't want anybody else to. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, showing your cards, right? I don't want to show.
I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, there are definitely some opportunities. Like, and I think there's more emphasis on health and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be more emphasis on delivery. There'll be more emphasis on sanitation, right? There's a whole new industry that just came about overnight just because of this happening.
Oh yeah. Have you been getting like email blasts from people that do like safety training now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like that. So I'm getting like email blasts from people who do sanitation, safety training, and people who can tell me how to file my PPP application for loans, right?
Yeah, all kinds.
Yeah. Did you guys get in on the PPP stuff?
We haven't been blessed yet to get those, but hopefully.
Yeah, but you applied, right?
Yes, we did.
Yep. All right. Well, I want to say thanks so much for being on the show today. I mean, I know you're a busy man, and I know you're running a little bitty empire over there in Houston. And when this thing's all kind of calmed down and they let travel back up, I'll stop by, and I'll definitely stop by, and we'll go to hang out and Chef Bravery Hall, and I'll go by that burger place with you. That sounds really good.
Yeah, that'd be great, Donald.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Be safe.
You too.